Hello, good morning everyone. My name is Sangayu. So today in my YouTube channel, I'm going to explain 10 questions about e-learning for English language teaching. So let's check it out. The first question is, what is online learning? Explain also synchronous and asynchronous learning. Online learning means that your educational tool is based on and accessible from the internet. Online learning programs are anytime or anywhere tools, which also means you can learning from home. And the next is synchronous learning. Synchronous learning is a type of learning that takes place in real time, where teachers and learners are communicating within the same time. Although learning is occur in the same time, learners don't have to be there in person or even the same location with their teacher. And the next is asynchronous learning. Asynchronous learning is more learner-centered. It enables learners to complete courses without the constraint of having to be in a certain place at a certain time. Asynchronous learners can access the material and respond anytime within a defined number of days, which is given by their teacher. And the second question is, what are the basic features of an LMS? Please explain. Basically, there are 8 basic features, namely announcement, syllabus, lesson, discussion forums, Dropbox, resources, course email, and gradebooks. The first is announcement. When students enter an online course in the LMS, the first thing that appears is the teacher announcement. The announcement feature is a place for the teacher to deliver important updates to the class. And the next is syllabus. The syllabus is an important component of the course environment. The syllabus provides structure and expectation regarding the course. Therefore, students must review the contents of the syllabus to be able to familiarize themselves with the requirements of the course. And the next is lessons. Online lessons replace activities such as discussion or lectures that might occur in classroom or in a certain place. Lessons are the core instructional container for a course. You can post lesson for each unit of instruction. And the next is discussion forum. Discussion forums have a forum feature as an asynchronous communication tool that allows the exchange of ideas through the use of message board formats. Most discussion forums are based on the ability of participants to send messages and respond to messages posted by the other participants. And next is Dropbox. Dropbox is the place to submit the assignment. Teachers might require students to upload their documents to the online Dropbox. Dropbox are digital spaces where documents, presentation, links to websites, and much more can be uploaded by students and accessed by the teacher. And the next is resources. Digital course readings and reference are organized into sections, commonly referred to as resources. The resource features stores all types of digital and online material that must be reviewed by students, including websites, games, pictures, sound recordings, and etc. For easier access to this resource, the teacher can provide a link to the students within the lessons. And the next is gradebook. Online gradebooks are usually used by the teacher to communicate, grade, and provide feedback to the students. Gradebook features are show students' attendance, participation, reading, assignment, and students' project grades. This feature is used as a review to find out academic progress throughout the semester. And the last is course email. The teacher may use the course mail feature to send out important messages to the students. Course email uses the same feature as other email, in that it allows users to send messages to single or multiple users. And the next question is, as an online course teachers, give an example of a good introduction writing for one topic meeting. And in this slide, I provide one example introduction which took from e-learning course. And in this slide, there are provided the states of the learning activity, and it's also give student an overview about the e-learning course. So this example is a good one that student easy to follow the online course. And the next question is, why online learning must be attractive? What elements are needed? The reason is, online learning must be attractive to attract students' attention, so that students have an interest to do the learning activity during the course. And there are 6 elements. The first is rationales for good visual design. Good visual design promote understanding through simplicity, clarity, and organization, and attractive page design, which will improve more communication and avoid student confusion of visual design. And the next is visual design online. Class teacher in several fields depend on the use of visual in the classroom, such as art and science. When working online, keep in mind that the content which is presented in the text must be visual. Because it is online, this text replies speaking through media that are considered as a visual. And the next is page layout. Page layout is uncultured and open. Open means that there is enough white space on the page to keep the mind clear. Enough white space gives the reader a visual break. And the next is text. When information is presented in its most basic form, it's easy to draw attention to the aspects that are important. For example, in a block of text, emphasizing a word or phrase is a matter of changing one attribute such as color, typeface, or style. And then graphic elements. Symbols and icons in graphic elements can be very useful in signaling small elements in a website that appear repeatedly. Bullets and number in series of graphic elements. Bullets or numbers are used to separate items that can be lists. Numbers are used to rank and set priorities. Meanwhile, the bullets are used to highlight a series of items that are not priorities or in order. And then resources. Resources is a very useful guide to web typeface. The resource feature store all types of digital and online material, including readings, websites, games, pictures, sound recordings, and videos. And we move to the next question. The fifth question is, please explain types of online learning activities and provide relevant technological tools for the types. There are 6 types. The first is class discussion. Class discussion is the process of presenting a view over point in the classroom facilitated by a tutor. It can promote interactive communication between students and inspire new ideas and facilitate student learning from the others. And the tool that can use is discussion forum. And the second is journal writing. The journal writing is the process of recording personal insights, reflections, and questions on a science or personal topic. The tool that can be used is blogs. And the third is shared knowledge base. A knowledge base is a database used for knowledge sharing and management. It promotes the collection, organization, and retrieval of knowledge. And the tool is wiki. And then practice exercise. Practice exercise is a way for teachers to be able to overcome various levels of thinking skill through the use of various options, matching true or false, filling in the blank question, and a short answer. And the tools is practice or quizzing. And the next is projects. Project is a piece of plain work or an activity that is finished over a period of time and intended to achieve a particular purpose. The tool that can be used is a work group, wikis, and blog, and etc. And the last is receptive activities. The receptive activities is the activity that involve listening and reading skill in receiving message information. The tool that can be used is PDF, podcast, YouTube, and etc. And we move to the next question. The question is, online discussion is one important element in online learning. Sometimes it may not work well. How does the teacher optimize discussion? Basically, teacher can optimize discussion by some criteria, like what I show in the slide. The first, teachers are prepared well to use modern information, communication, and learning tools. And the second is, teachers are able to promote online dialogue to deepen the learning experience. And the third is, teachers are able to use adaptive technologies to meet individual students' needs. And the last is, teachers have completed professional development specifically geared to teaching online. And the next question is, please provide an example of learning resource that can be used to engage learners in online learning. Basically, there are 7 learning resources. The first is text-based supplementary resources. It seems like quotes, newspaper, and etc. And the second is with image. Teacher can provide photo, screenshot, etc. in their learning resources. And the third is teacher can use audio and video material to engage learners in the learning activities. And the fourth is voice perspective. The research from the teacher and student voice. And the fifth is expert voice. Expert voice is an audio or video clip of the expert's work. And the sixth is experience from the field, which is for academic subjects such as language in the learning. And the last is free web-based tool and resources. It provides free link website in the online learning. And the next question is, please give an example of effective assessment in English online teaching and learning. This is one example that I took from the internet. This is assessment for speaking skill, and teacher can assess student performance from some criteria, which are expression, volume and speed, eye contact, posture, and gesture. By the following criteria, teacher is easy to assess the student's performance. And the ninth question is, what are the basic elements to consider when building an online course? Please explain. Basically, there are 4 elements to be considered when we are building an online course. The first is learning outcomes. Learning outcomes are the core of the process that creates courses and programs that follow through on their promises. Thus, there are learning outcomes that are revealed at each stage in the process. And the next is the online syllabus. The online syllabus contains many of the same elements as the on-site syllabus. The basic categories include course title, course name, course description, course objective, evaluation plan, grading, required readings, recommended readings, and courses outline. A detailed syllabus is the core organizing document for the teacher and the students. It is where the students go to find out everything they need to know about the course. And the next is the course outline. The online course is a calendar and a to-do list, and presents a sequence of events, assignments, reading, activities, and course deliverables. And the last is from course outline to lessons. A good place to start is by considering these areas. The first is begin with the learning outcomes. Each unit will have at least one learning outcomes. The first is, in this case, might be the student will be able to outline the qualities of an effective promotional slide presentation on a given product. And then the next is working backwards. You next plan out what assessment you will need to assure the learning outcomes have been met. And the next is using the assignment as the measure of your content. You lay out the knowledge, skills, and steps needed to enable the students to succeed at the final projects. In this case, creating the professional slideshow, you must do this unit by unit within the course, lesson by lesson within each unit, and finally step by step within each section. And the last question is, please give an example of one online lesson in your class for one meeting. This is one example of an online lesson, which is a poetry course. In that, the already provides the assignment and complete with the instructions given. So with these elements, the students will be easier to follow the online course to do the learning activities. So that's all my explanation about e-learnings for English language teaching course. Hopefully, it will be useful for you all, and goodbye.